What's up? Today I am going to show you how to crochet this little loaf cat. So I really love this pattern, and that's why I decided to share it with you guys. To crochet this pattern, you are going to need some size 6 yarn. At least I would recommend using size 6 yarn. For my personal preference, I am using Bernat blanket yarn, and this is the color Dove Tweed. You probably can't see that, but that's fine. And I really love how this yarn turns out. It makes like this cute little tabby cat. And I just love this, so that's what I'm going to use for this tutorial. You are going to need a crochet hook. For this cat, I'm going to use a 5.75 millimeter hook, but you can use whatever hook works for whatever yarn you're using. You will need a pair of scissors to cut the yarn when you're done. You will need a yarn needle for sewing the plushie closed, and for sewing the little X of a nose on. You will need some plastic safety eyes. Now, I hot glue my eyes on so they don't have backs with them, but you can use the backings if you'd like. I would recommend you use a stitch marker to mark what stitch you're on. And lastly, you will need some polyfill for stuffing the cat. Oh, and also I forgot to mention, you will need the black yarn for the nose of the cat. Let's get started now. So you're going to need to make a magic ring. Now you can do the chain 2 method, but I'm just going to make a magic ring for this pattern. So you're going to make an X with your yarn on your fingers, but on the back side it's going to be 2 parallel lines. I'm going to take my hook and I'm going to go under the first line and over the second. I'm going to pull it underneath, twist it, and then I'm going to grab the working yarn, which is here, and I'm going to grab it, and I'm going to pull it through, or do a chain. And that is your magic ring. So now you're going to do 6 single crochets into your magic ring for round 1. So that's 1. If you don't know how to do a single crochet, basically you insert your hook, you yarn under, pull through, you should have 2 loops, yarn over, and pull through both loops. So you insert your hook, yarn under, pull through the magic ring, you should have 2 loops, yarn over, and pull through. So now that's 2 done. So I'm going to do a third, and then a fourth, a fifth, and lastly, a sixth. So now that I've done 6 single crochets, I'm going to gently pull on this yarn end to close my magic ring. Don't pull on it too hard though, or else this can break off, and that is not good. Now that we've finished round 1, it is time to move on to round 2. So for round 2, you are going to increase all around. And if you don't know what an increase is 2 single crochets in the same stitch. So we're going to go into the first stitch. You're going to single crochet 1. And then in the same stitch, you're going to do another single crochet. Don't drop the project. And that is an increase. So you're going to do 6 of those total. So that's 3 stitches, 4 stitches. And you're going to do this until you have 12 stitches around. So in the next stitch, you're going to do 2 more. That's 5 and 6. In the next stitch, you're going to do 2 more. So that's going to be 7 and 8. In the next stitch, again, 2 more. So that's going to be 9 and 10. And in the very last stitch, you're going to do 2 more single crochets in the same stitch. And 12. And that is your increase round. So for round 3, you are going to single crochet increase around, and you're going to do that 6 times. So you're going to do 1 single crochet, and I like to put my stitch marker in the first stitch of each round, so that's the first stitch. I put my stitch marker on it, and now I'm going to do 2 single crochets in the next stitch as an increase. So that's an increase, and I'm going to just do 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and then increase in the next. 1 single crochet in the next stitch, 1 increase in the next, And continue this until you have 18 stitches and are back at your stitch marker. Now that I'm back at my stitch marker, I'm just going to count my stitches real quick. So I have 18 stitches at the end of round 3. Round 3, it is time to move on to round 4. So for this round, you're going to do 2 single crochets and then an increase, and you're going to repeat that 6 times. So I did 1 single crochet, then in the next stitch I'm going to do another single crochet, and now I'm going to do 2 single crochets as an increase in the next stitch. So now you should have 4 stitches. So you're not going to do increases all the way around. You're going to do 1 single crochet in one stitch, a second in the next stitch, and then 2 in the third stitch. And you're going to repeat that until you have 24 stitches and are back at your stitch marker. Now you can go back and count your stitches, but I'm pretty sure that I have 24, so I'm just going to go with it. So that is the end of round 4. So for round 5, we are going to make the ears of the cat. So we're going to make these little ears. So you're going to start by single crocheting 3. So do 1 single crochet in the following 3 stitches. So I've already done 1, 2, and then 3. Now we are going to do a double crochet. Sorry, a half double crochet. So you're going to yarn over, insert your hook in the next stitch. You're going to yarn under, pull through. You should have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through all 3 of those loops. Now you're going to do a triple crochet in the same stitch. So you're going to yarn over twice. You should have 3 loops on your hook. Insert your hook in the same stitch you did the half double crochet in. Yarn under, pull through. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops. You should have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops. You should now have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through the 2 remaining loops. And that is a triple crochet. Now you're going to do 1 more half double crochet in the same stitch. So you're going to yarn over, insert your hook, yarn under, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. And that is the first ear done. Now the ears aren't going to pop out yet because we are going to single crochet in the back loops or in the loops of this stitch underneath it, but we're not going to do that yet. We're going to do that in the next round. So now we're going to single crochet 4. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3, and that's 4. Now we are going to repeat this ear on this side. So you're going to half double crochet. Now you're going to triple crochet in the same stitch. And in that same stitch, you're going to do another half double crochet. And now you have done both of the ears. So now you're going to single crochet 15 until you get back to your stitch marker. And that is the end of round. Is that round 4? Okay, hang on. Okay, that is the end of round 5. I'm sorry. For round 6, we are going to single crochet 15, and then we're going to do this stitch called a bobble stitch, because now we're making the front 2 feet of the cat. So I've done 1 single crochet, so that's 2 and 3. Now that we've done 3 single crochets, we're going to crochet behind this stitch, and we're going to go into this stitch. We're going to pull up 1 loop, and then we're going to single crochet into that. So I'm going to show you the behind. It should look something like this. You're going to insert your hook here. So it's going to come out there. So it should look something like that. You're going to pull up this front loop. You should have 2 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over, pull through that loop. It might be a bit tricky because it's pretty tight. And now you're going to yarn over and pull through like a normal single crochet. Now you're going to go into this stitch right here. So you're going to do a single crochet there. That's 1 single crochet. Now you're going to do 3 more single crochets. 2, 3, and 4. Now you're going to do the same thing behind this ear. So you're going to go behind, insert your hook. You can't really see that very well. Insert your hook into here. Pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through. Yarn over, pull through both loops. And now you're going to single crochet into here. And don't worry, I've been counting our stitches, so that should be 10 stitches done. Now you're going to single crochet 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we're going to do the stitch called a bobble stitch to make this first front foot. So to do this, we are going to do a bunch of basically half double crochets, but we don't finish them off. So you're going to yarn over, insert your hook into the stitch, yarn under to pull through, yarn over, but only pull through 2 loops. Now you should still have 2 loops on your hook. Now repeat this until you have 6 loops on your hook. So yarn over, insert your hook, yarn under, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now you should have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn under, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And now just keep doing this until you have all 6 loops that are needed on your hook. Like so. Now you can count your stitches, count your loops. And now once you have all 6 on your hook, you're going to yarn over and pull through all 6. And that is your first bobble stitch. So now you're going to single crochet 4, but the first single crochet might be slightly hidden underneath the bobble. So this is our first single crochet. You're going to yarn under, pull through, yarn over, pull through, just like a normal single crochet. You're going to push the bobble out, boop, and you're going to pull a little bit tight, just to make it so that the bobble sticks out a little bit more. Now you're going to single crochet 3 more, and 4, and now you're going to do another bobble to make the second foot. So you're going to yarn over, insert your hook, yarn under, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now you should still have 2 loops. And repeat this until you have all 6 loops on your hook. And now you should have 6 loops on your hook. And now you're going to yarn over and pull through all 6 loops. Now you're going to single crochet 3, but make sure to push the bobble out after you do the first single crochet, boop, and pull it slightly tighter. And now do the remaining 2 single crochets. And that is the end of round 6. We have completed round 6. you can stop here if you'd like and put the eyes in. Now, I never actually used the backings for my plushies, but I will do it for you guys. So you're going to insert the first safety eye, or the one to the right underneath his ear between rounds 2, 3, like around between rounds 4 and 5, I believe. I don't know, someone can double check that for me if they'd like. But I can't really see my rounds because this yarn's a bit fluffy. And then you're going to insert the second one underneath this ear between rounds wait, rounds 5 and 6. And now the eye should look something like this. Wait, do I not look this one lower? You can just adjust the eyes slightly if you'd like, but I'm going to leave my eyes as is. And now I'm going to put the backings on because I'm pretty sure I like this. Where did I put? Oh, here they are. Okay, so this yarn is a bit thicker, so it might be harder to put the backs on. But I'll try for you guys. I don't even know if this is on. Hang on. I think that's on. Okay, and I'm gonna put the second back on. Oh, that looks so weird. I've never actually used these backs before. So it just looks weird to me. So you're gonna push the backing on to the safety eye. Now I'm just gonna push these on slightly harder by using my desk, but you guys can figure out how to get the backings on if you'd like. Oh, that now looks uneven. Well, shoot. Okay, well, I've never used these backings before, but I think that'll have to do, because I can't really make it any better. So now your eye should look something like this. I'd recommend lowering this eye a stitch, unless that doesn't look right, but yeah, it should look similar to this. I've never used safety eye backings. I tried for you guys. I'm sorry I failed. Now that we've put the safety eyes into our hat, you are going to take some black yarn. You're going to take your yarn needle and you're going to thread it. And now you're going to sew the little X of the nose on. So you're going to make sure you're going to insert your yarn needle here. Make sure it comes up between rounds 1 and 2. Around here. Now it's going to go back in next to this eye between rounds 2 and 3. Make sure it comes out over here, again, between rounds 2 and 3. And then pull that tight. And now, make sure this goes back in between rounds 1 and 2. And make it come out by this yarn tail. I'm sorry if that was confusing, but that's the best I can explain it. And now you have sewed on your little nose. So now I'm going to tie a knot. Just like a little normal knot. I'm going to cut the excess. And I'm just going to push it into the plushie. And now it's going to be sticking it out of the plushie. Something like that. Now, I don't think I made these quite even when I sewed them on. But it should look something like this. And now you have embroidered your little nose on. So now the face of the cat is done. It should look something like this. Now, I might trim around the eyes a little bit. No, I can just brush it away. So now we are going to continue on with rounds 7 through 10. And these are all going to be single crochet rounds. So you're going to single crochet a round for 4 rounds, and you're going to have 24 stitches in each. Now that we've finished round 10 and those 4 rounds of single crocheting, we are going to move on to round 11. Please ignore my dog barking. He just does that. So for round 11, we are going to single crochet 16, and then we're going to make the back 2 legs. So I've already single crocheted 1 to put my stitch marker in. So now we're going to single crochet 15 from here. That's 2, 3, and continue this until you have 16. My yarn gets tangled, and I don't know why. And now that we've single crocheted 16, we are going to do another bobble stitch. So remember, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn under, pull through, yarn over, pull through only 2 loops. Make sure there's 2 still on your hook. And repeat this exact process until you have 6 loops on your hook. And now yarn over and pull through all 6 loops. Now you're going to do 4 more single crochets. But remember, make sure the first one's tighter and make sure to pop the bobble out. And now do 3 more from here. 3 and 4. And now we are going to do the second bobble. So you yarn over into your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and repeat this until you have all 6 loops on your hook. Like so. Now you're going to yarn over and pull through all 6 loops. Now we're going to do 2 more single crochets. So the first one's slightly hidden. Make sure this one's tighter, and again, pop the bobble out. Pull slightly tight. And now single crochet 1 more. Now we have done the back legs, and we have finished round 11. For round 12, we are going to make the tail of the cat. So we are going to single crochet 7. So this is my first single crochet. Gotta put my stitch marker in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now we are going to chain 8. So you're going to yarn over and pull through the loop. That's 1 chain. Now we're going to repeat this 7 more times. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now, in the second chain from the hook, so this is the first one, this is the second chain from the hook, you're going to insert your hook and do a single crochet. Now you're going to repeat this 6 more times, all the way down the chain. That's 3, 4, gotta pull more yarn because my yarn doesn't automatically pull. 5, 6, and 7 is going to be this last stitch down here. And now we're going to single crochet 17 from here. So you're going to do the first single crochet right here, and you're going to pull it a little bit tighter. And now you're going to do 16 more. 3, and continue this until you get back to your stitch marker. So now that we've done 17 single crochets, that is going to be the end of round 12. On 13, we are going to single crochet all the way around. So this is my first single crochet. Now we need to do 24 total. So this is my second, my third, my fourth, my fifth, my sixth, and my seventh. Now that we've done 7, we're just going to go over here. So you're going to go behind the tail into this stitch here. So we're going to go into this stitch here. And we're going to do a single crochet. So that's 8. And now continue until you have 24. And now that is the end of round 13. 14, we are going to single crochet 2. And then we're going to do a decrease. So this is my first single crochet here. This is my second. And then I'm going to do what we call a decrease, or what is an invisible decrease. So a normal decrease is where you go like this, I believe, although I've never done it. An invisible decrease is where you go in the front loops of each stitch. So you're going to go in the front loops of the next 2 stitches. If you can't tell, this is the front loop here, and this is the back loop. So you're going to go in the front loops of these next 2 stitches, and you're just going to do another single crochet. Now you're going to repeat this process until you get back to the stitch marker at the end of the round, and until you have 18 remaining stitches. And that is the end of round 14. Quickly, we're going to stop here, and we are going to stuff the plushie. So we're going to take our polyfill stuffing. Now, just know you're not going to need this much, but this is how much came out of my bag. So you're going to take some polyfill, and in layers, you're going to put some in your plushie until it's the right stiffness for you. I like to have mine a little bit squishy, but also kind of firm still, because I want mine to be stable and sturdy and not just all floppy. So I'm going to keep stuffing until I feel like it's right. Now, don't stuff it all the way yet. Just stuff it most of the way, because we're going to stuff it a tiny bit more after this round. Okay, so now that I have it most of the way stuffed, we are going to continue on with round 15, I believe. So for round 15, we are going to single crochet 1 and then decrease. And we're going to repeat this 6 times. So we are going to single crochet. I'm going to put my stitch marker back in. And now we're going to decrease. Well, invisible decrease. So in the front loops only. And now single crochet. Decrease. Single crochet. Decrease. And do this a total of 6 times until you get back to your stitch marker. And now you should have 12 stitches left. So now we're going to finish stuffing the plushie. So it should still be a little bit not fully stuffed yet. So I'm going to take a little bit more stuffing. And I'm going to shove that in. Until I feel like it's the right amount of stiffness. I feel like I need a tiny bit more. Alright. So now we are going to finish off with the decreases. So for this last round, we are going to decrease 6. So we're going to work in the front loops only, and we're going to decrease around. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, hang on, 4, 5, and 6. And there we go. Now we've basically finished our cat. So now we're going to take the yarn. I'd recommend leaving around like 6 inches to sew it closed, because you don't want too little amount of yarn so that you can't sew it together. You still want to be able to sew it together. And now you're going to take your hook and you're just going to pull out the loop. And you're just going to pull this strand of yarn through and pull it a little bit tight. I'm going to trim this because this started unraveling. And I'm going to add a tiny bit more stuffing. Like so. Because I feel like it's not quite stuffed here. And now we are going to close the plushie. So to close the plushie, we are going to go in the front loops only. So we're going to go through the front loop, pull a little bit tight, through the next front loop, pull a little bit tight, the third, pull tight, fourth, fifth, and then the final one, which is the sixth. Pull it kind of tight, not too tight, because you don't want the yarn to break. Go through the center and exit out somewhere else in the body. And now you're going to pull it. And there we go. So now you can take this out. And you can either use your yarn needle to push it in, or you can gently, very gently, use a pair of scissors and very carefully go in between the stitches and push the strand through. Now, I wouldn't necessarily recommend this, but I still do it because it works for me. And now to squish the butt a little bit, because it might still be slightly pointed. And there we go! Now we have finished our little loaf cat. Look at this guy. I love this pattern so much. I have made so many of these so far, and I only made this pattern like 5 days ago. So, no, like 3 days ago, actually. So, yeah. Now that you have made your loaf cat, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this pattern was easy to follow. And yeah, enjoy your loaf cat. Bye, guys.